I suffered from antenatal anxiety because I was very ill at the beginning of my pregnancy as a result of a very severe reaction to the IVF drugs, which left me ill for 3.5 months, including not being able to walk and in a wheelchair. And having seen how I could go at the beginning of that illness from being absolutely fine to incredibly ill in hospital in a matter of a day, I then became very anxious about how quickly things could go wrong. And the fact that things could go wrong, I then developed a fear of childbirth itself and worrying that maybe during childbirth something similar could happen and maybe I'd lose my little one or maybe something would happen to me. And that fear stayed with me throughout my pregnancy.
This is anxiety that isn't easily reduced by reassurance. It's usually very specific to the pregnancy, so very commonly it might be about the baby and whether the baby's going to be okay. A bit later in pregnancy it might be thinking about the delivery and whether that's going to go all right or not. But women with antenatal anxiety experience anxiety a lot of the time to a very high level.
I would feel very uptight, very anxious and very distressed. Pregnancy is something that people often think you're going to bloom and it's going to be a beautiful experience, and you don't associate having these negative feelings with being pregnant. They talked through our feelings with us, they treated both myself and my husband. If we hadn't have had support from the perinatal mental health team, I believe that I could have ended up having postnatal depression. But because we've been so well cared for and looked after and prepared for the birth, that actually it was much more straightforward for us, and we were able to embrace our little one's arrival and cope with everything that a newborn brings.
The most common impacts of anxiety in pregnancy are premature delivery and low birth weight, and obviously we want to try and reduce those as much as we possibly can. There's also evidence that women who are anxious in pregnancy are more likely to have anxious children later in life, so the reduction of anxiety in pregnancy is absolutely essential for the baby.
I want women to know that antenatal anxiety exists and that there is support out there for them, and that these services, if they access them, they really will make a difference to their experience of the pregnancy, childbirth and beyond.